What we're going to do is when you go in your breakout room, you're going to see this vocabulary word map. And in the center is going to be your word printed. And I'm asking you to do 4 things with the word. I'm asking first for your definition in your own words. You can use your vocabulary book to find the definition. You can use dictionary.com. You can use really whatever you like. And then take that definition and put it in your own words. Come up with synonyms for the word. What's a synonym? Word that means the same. Yep. So, for instance, we already had that up in the chat when Torn Toto said gargantuan means huge. So that would be a synonym. A word that means the same but is spelled different is a homonym. Homonym is words that like homophone. Like two, and two, and there. Then I ask you to use the word meaningfully in a sentence. So what do I mean when I say I want it meaningful in a sentence? Kind of. Yeah, I don't want a bunch of random words. I don't want you to say, my vocabulary word is gargantuan. Yeah, I want you to be able to use gargantuan showing that it's showing what it means. Yeah, use it as its definition. And then the last one is draw a picture. Obviously, this is a model used more in the brick and mortar school where you're going to have paper and a pencil. But I can tell you, I'm not an artist. I can't draw with the paper and the pencil, and I can draw even worse with the mouse and the computer screen. So if you're like me and you can't draw a picture, you don't think you can draw a picture, find me one. Use Google Images and find me a picture that goes with that word. It can be a very literal picture. So if you're doing gargantuan, it could literally be something that's huge, or it could be something that reminds you of the word. So if I'm doing gargantuan, the word gargantuan kind of makes me think of like orangutan, because there's a lot of the same letters in there, and orangutans are big. So I might put that picture of an orangutan, for example. Whatever will help trigger that word for you and help you remember it, and maybe help your classmates remember it, because we're kind of making these little flashcards here. Use that. So you can draw a picture if you're up for it using your whiteboard tools, or you can find a picture. And let me show you an example. Now that I've explained it, let me show you one. I'm going to use the word astonished. It's not one of your vocabulary words, but I don't want to use one of your words and give it all away. So the definition I would say for astonished is to be surprised. So is that the actual definition in the dictionary? Probably not, but it's in my own words. Being astonished means surprised. A synonym for that, I'm going to say amazed and impressed. If I'm writing a sentence, I might say I was astonished when I found out I won the contest. And for my picture, because I'm not the artist, instead I did a Google search, found the picture I liked, and we're going to put it right there. So this is all I'm asking for each word. So there are, let me change polling tools real quick. So give me a green check if this makes sense and you understand what you're going to do. Give me a red X if you are confused and want me to explain it in another way. Or maybe you stepped away and that's okay. That happens. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys move yourselves and pick the word that, invokes an emotion on you that you feel you could do a good job with. What I ask, however, is that there are 18 of you in the room and there's 15 words. I ask that if you are in a room and that there's somebody else already there, or if 6 of you go into one room, figure out who's going to stay, and then go to the other words. I really want to have one of these word maps for each of the 15 words. So if you guys could separate yourselves, and if there's an issue, I will separate you and move you guys so that every word is covered. I'm going to give you, let's say, 12 minutes to do this. Does that sound like enough time? What do you think? 12 minutes, okay? Okay. And then, because I want to be able to come back and I want to be able to share them, and if you guys want to talk about them and explain them, that would be awesome. So think about that too if you are up for sharing. So I'm going to give you permission to move yourself. So go pick a room that you like, and if there's issues, I will switch you around. Go for it. All right. It looked like most of you are finished or finishing as I came around. Let me take everyone's work and we'll copy it here so we can look at it together. Now, as we go through, if you want to add if you want to say anything, I'll give you a chance to grab the mic or type in chat. And if you want to let your work speak for itself, that's okay too. So let's just go through. So we'll start with disgorge. And I don't remember who did each one, so you're going to have to jump in and help me out. All right, anything to say about this one, Lawrence? Okay, it looks like disgorge, to pour or to empty. We used it in the sentence using a milk jug, and I know Lawrence had some trouble finding pictures because he Googled it and they all came up and they were gross. So thank you for not sharing gross pictures. I do appreciate that. I haven't had lunch yet and I would like an appetite.